Hello beloved twin flames, this is Stephanie Parasha, Divine Light, coming out to you from India in Himachal Pradesh, otherwise known as the Himalayas, and I do apologise for the delay in getting any messages to you. I had a bit of a gap for 2 weeks because of the particular location that I was in was extremely really bad internet, so unfortunately I was unable to upload, and it was kind of frustrating to me, but at the same time I guess it was what it was. And I was also in a retreat situation where I was doing some very deep inner work, and there was an awful lot going on. So I'm going to repay you all for the long wait that it's taken for me to get this message out to you by giving you a really super duper juicy update from Twin Flame Land, and that will be a combination of the energies that I'm tuning into collectively and my personal journey and what's been going on there, just to provide you with a concrete example of how things actually evolve in our world. And I know when I share my personal experience, a lot of people resonate and come back and say, wow, that's similar things happening to me. And I know that people really appreciate hearing that as well. So I'm sitting right now in the middle of a beautiful forest in the area which is known as Dharamsala, where the Dalai Lama, his residence is, and where a large number of the Tibetan community live, because those are refugees and those that have been exiled away from Tibet are living here. So there's a really beautiful flavour here of Tibetan Buddhism. There's a large number of meditation retreat centres, yoga teacher training schools, all sorts of kinds of healing is available here, and pretty much every Westerner that I encounter is on some kind of journey in that way in terms of their own healing process. So there's a lot of healing going on. There's very deep processes being integrated here on this sacred land, and it is very special and potent being able to talk to you from this place. And I really am very, very grateful that I have this experience, that I'm very, very lucky that I am able to be here. So okay, so energies, we've transited through a full moon. There's been a lot of karmic situations for so many. Seems to have been a theme and is continuing to be a theme. I think what is happening now, most of you are now aware that you're in a karmic situation, that you're clearing, and you're staying and keeping that awareness as you go through and checking in with yourself as to what it is that you are needing to learn. And this is coming with a lot more awareness than ever before. So the masculine I'm tuning into I'm just encountering so many masculines that are what I'd call detoxing and purging at the moment. It's like they've finally, a large number have awoken and gone, oh my God, what the hell am I doing? I need to get my life sorted out. And they've had some kind of spiritual nudge or awakening that's urged them to become more in tune with themselves and drop all these armors that they're being asked to take off and dissolve. So I see that process in action. I was witness to a particular situation in the place that I've just been in, where I encountered a very, very pretty crazy situation where one of the masculines that was staying in the place that I was staying at was going through a very deep spiritual ascension, kind of quantum leaping it, and having a great deal of purging going on, a lot of emotional release. And it so happened that he was from the same country and the same age as my beloved twin flame, and had so many similarities to him. And it was an instant connection that I felt with him. He was very kind to me, and we had a very deep understanding of each other. We did a lot of healing work together. We did a lot of reciprocal exchange of healing, because he's also very much He studied a lot of different healing practices, and this was coming up for me as a very, very, very deep process in terms of how much he reminded me of my twin and how much he represented my twin, and some of the dynamics. I mean, it just went so deep. The amount of healing that we did together was on so many levels. It was around the masculine, the feminine. There were days that were just so crazy, full of signs. Like one day we were both seeing a lot of the triangles, the two triangles, in various shapes and forms geometrically, and he kept getting the flower of life, and that's very much related to the atomic structures, masculine, feminine. And that day we also witnessed two snakes that had come up onto this area that we use as the yoga meditation area, and it's a big platform which gets very sunny during the day, and it's made of concrete. And suddenly we saw these two snakes, and they were actually a male and a female snake mating. We'd just been doing a lot of Kundalini yoga, activating our Kundalini, and the energy was becoming so powerful. We had these spirit animals, the beautiful beloved snakes, coming to show us and demonstrate, and I just kept getting the message, you need to merge with this masculine. And there was a great deal of this work that for me was around one of my greatest fears, and I know that this is quite a common fear amongst a large number of twins where there's an age gap. Now there's a large age gap between myself and my twin, and I'm being the older and he being the younger, and I've really this has been a big block for me. I've tried to work through it. It's been very hard for me, and this particular masculine came in to help me work through that process, because he was just delightful, and he was exactly the same age as my twin. Again, I mentioned that, it's same country, similar in so many ways. It was ridiculous. It was like I had him right in front of me, and to do this work to clear this fear around connecting with someone who's of a younger age, and to get past the physical body of this form being important in whatever shape it is, whether I've got a fat tummy or, I've got wrinkles or I'm older and whatever, so many issues that I had as blocks, which has obviously been very much part of my ego and in my head, because when we tuned into our energies, they were just so beautiful. We were on such a similar vibration, and the connection that we had was absolutely divine and beautiful, and has helped me heal a great deal and moved me so much closer to my twin. Now, while this was going on, I was a little concerned, obviously, that I could feel myself drawing closer to this person, this masculine, and, what am I meant to be doing here? I telepathically communicated with my twin, and my twin gave me the most beautiful message, and he said, please just give him love. And I knew, and that makes me feel a little bit emotional saying that, but our beloved twins, they understand from a higher perspective, because that's his higher self, that we need to, this is part of getting closer. It might look like, it's again that same thing that we go back to, where it looks like you're getting further away from your twin. Like, why would I go off with someone else? But actually I was just trying to get closer to him, and this was a way to do it. And so I just want you to all understand that basically whatever you're doing now, even though it might not feel like you are getting closer to your twin, we are all doing what we need to do to heal and clear whatever emotional blocks, physical blocks, mental blocks we have in the way of our connection, in the way of our union, opening our hearts as far as they can go, letting go of all of the constructs that we need to let go of that have blocked us from being able to be in beautiful divine connection with our twins. So this is still continuing. We are still doing our work. We're very much on track. Yes, the energies are still fluctuating. We're getting drops of energy. We're getting influxes of light. We're getting all kinds of energies. dissipating and discharging out through the universe. We're going to be feeling all kinds of things. But if you are a twin flame, you are in an amazing place right now. And the other thing that some of the first waivers of twin flames will be doing, or certain groups of twin flames will be doing, I don't want to put us into levels necessarily, because we're all in sort of little groups that are doing different things at different stages that are all important to the whole. You will be encountering other newly awakened or just awakening twin flames, that it's your job to make statements to them that will help them on their path as well. So I had just encountered that today. I found somebody, and I was just stopping by this little guy who was selling crystals, and was looking at his beautiful crystals, and he was telling me where he got them from in this place in India, and he named the place. And then this girl came along and she said, "Oh, that's my name." And it's an unusual name. It's not a name that you would normally call someone. And I said, "Oh, that's interesting. That's your name." And I immediately got, straight away, my psychic antenna went up, and I thought, this is a synchronicity. She's meant to come here and meet this crystal guy who comes from that town in which it's her name. And then she said to me, "I had this really weird experience this morning. A butterfly came and sat down, and it just wouldn't leave me, and it just sat beside me, and it kept flapping." And she took a video of it, and immediately I got goosebumps, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's just an awakened twin flame, and she's meant to connect with this guy, and I'm meant to connect the both of them together. And of course she's got a partner. He said he was married with 3 kids. I said it wasn't about that, it was just that it was important that those 2 people connected to each other for a soul connection purpose. So again, people get confused. They think, you're trying to matchmake, or that twin flame. People are still confused about twin flames and what they actually are and what you're meant to be doing. But that is just the 3D programming that is still trying to sort of come in and make it into that romance or whatever it is. And it doesn't always have to be that. It is very much more, and more importantly, a soul and heart connection that you have with your beloved divine twin flame that is awakening you and helping you to grow spiritually, and also helping the world to break down anything that is not of love and light. And if that means breaking down family, cultural structures, societal structures, any restrictions that have been based in fear, that hold people in patterns where they are not in their truth, this is what we are also here to remove in order to bring in more love and more light. So, we are on track, twin flames, very much. And just rest in that knowing, even if it feels to you right now that you are as far away as you could ever possibly be from where you want to be with your twin flame. The divine order, the structure, the formats, the templates, all of the cellular DNA clearing and healing and all the purging, a lot of it, a huge amount of it has been done. We are ready. We are very much ready. And if you are not feeling ready, your process will just happen anyway. It'll just happen anyway. So just don't worry too much about whether you're doing the right thing, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. If you get an urge that you need to be doing something more, follow it. Obviously, if you hear that and you think, I don't have to do anything, it's all just going to happen for me, but yet at the same time you think, I've got to do something, well, that's you needing to trust your intuition and follow that and see what it is that you're needing to do, and seek the help of experts who can sometimes see your blind spots, things that you can't see, that maybe you've convinced yourself, because we have a very clever mind that likes to keep us in kind of one particular state and doesn't really like to see spiritual progress. So other people can see those areas. Other experts that are spiritual, can read energy, are going to be able to help with some of the energetics. And so the other reminder is that always remembering, no matter what, twin flame work, twin flame mission, twin flame Living your life as a twin flame is living your life in energetic mastery. So that always means being able to tune in at any given time to your own energy, sensing where you're at, knowing what you're needing to do to bring yourself into connection, into divine connection with source, love and light, and with your own truth, being in awareness and being conscious, and then acting in the way that is in alignment with that as well. So that brings me to a conversation that I had with this beautiful divine masculine, because he was doing a lot of spiritual healing. I had a question for him, and I said to him, what do you think is the most important reason for us to be here? And he said to learn about and to live in love and compassion. And that, just hearing that from the divine masculine, just melted my heart, obviously. And then my next question to him was, and how do we act on that? How do we follow through on that being our purpose for being here? And he did say that was a good question, and he was thinking about it. And so it's something that maybe we could all think about, is how can we live in our purpose to bring love and light and compassion to this planet and act on it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I really hope you're doing good out there. If you find that you are needing some extra support or guidance at this time, I am now back online and available for sessions. I also do pre-recorded readings for those of you that would like a cheaper option, or just to have your own recording. And I do all kinds of different healing with people depending on where they're at and what their needs are at the time. So yeah, and I may soon to tune in to see whether or not we're meant to be getting together as a group and doing another activation or group healing. I'll let you know about that soon. I might be getting a date, so I'll let you know as soon as I know. Okay, I'll leave it there for now and sending you out so much love and light from my heart and from the beautiful green Himalayas. Okay, bye for now.